On the fringes of the Pacific Ocean lay a forsaken island known as Blackwood Isle, shrouded in mystery and dread. The island was rumored to be cursed, a place where ancient rituals and dark forces ruled. Few dared to venture there, and those who did were never seen again. The allure of the unknown, however, was irresistible to a group of intrepid explorers seeking adventure and the thrill of discovery. Among them was Dr. Marcus Harlan, a renowned archaeologist with a keen interest in the supernatural. He had heard whispers of an ancient civilization that once thrived on Blackwood Isle, a civilization that had vanished without a trace. Accompanying Marcus were his close friend and fellow archaeologist, Dr. Evelyn Graves, and a team of seasoned adventurers. They arrived at the island aboard a sturdy vessel, their hearts pounding with excitement and trepidation. As they approached, a thick fog enveloped the island, obscuring its eerie silhouette. The captain of the ship, a weathered sailor named Captain Briggs, warned them of the island's sinister reputation, but his words fell on deaf ears. Determined to uncover the island's secrets, the group disembarked, their boots sinking into the damp, black sand. The air was heavy with an oppressive silence, broken only by the distant cawing of crows. The dense forest loomed ahead, its twisted trees casting long, menacing shadows. Undeterred, Marcus and his team pressed forward, their path illuminated by flickering lanterns. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the atmosphere grew more foreboding, the air thick with the scent of decay. Strange symbols carved into the trees hinted at the island's dark past, sending shivers down their spines. Hours passed, and the team stumbled upon the remnants of an ancient village. Crumbling stone structures and weathered statues stood as silent sentinels, bearing witness to a forgotten era. Marcus's eyes gleamed with excitement as he examined the ruins, his fingers tracing the intricate carvings. Evelyn, however, couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, her instincts warning her of unseen dangers. Despite her unease, she followed Marcus deeper into the village, her curiosity outweighing her fear. Night fell quickly on Blackwood Isle, the darkness swallowing the landscape. The team set up camp within the ruins, their campfire casting eerie shadows on the ancient walls. As they settled in for the night, a chilling wind swept through the village, carrying with it faint whispers that seemed to come from the very ground beneath them. The explorers exchanged uneasy glances, each of them feeling the weight of the island's malevolent presence. In the dead of night, Marcus was awoken by a distant, haunting melody. The sound was faint, yet unmistakable, drawing him from the warmth of the campfire. He followed the music through the maze of ruins, his lantern casting a dim light on the path ahead. The melody grew louder, more intoxicating, leading him to a hidden chamber beneath an ancient temple. There, in the center of the chamber, stood a stone altar adorned with strange artifacts and bones. Marcus's heart raced as he approached the altar, his mind racing with the possibilities of what he had discovered. He reached out to touch one of the artifacts, but a sudden gust of wind extinguished his lantern, plunging the chamber into darkness. Panic set in as he fumbled for a match, the oppressive silence closing in around him. Just as he struck a match, a pair of glowing eyes appeared in the darkness, followed by a low, guttural growl. Meanwhile, back at the camp, Evelyn awoke to find Marcus missing. Fear gnawed at her. She roused the others, their concern for their friend growing with each passing moment. Armed with lanterns and weapons, they followed Marcus's trail through the ruins, the eerie silence amplifying their every step. The haunting melody still echoed faintly, guiding them to the hidden chamber. When they arrived, they found Marcus unconscious on the cold stone floor, his face pale and his breathing shallow. The sight of the altar and the glowing eyes in the darkness sent a chill through the group. Evelyn knelt beside Marcus, her hands trembling as she checked for signs of life. To her relief, he was still alive, but barely. They carried him back to camp, their minds racing with questions and fear. As dawn broke, Marcus regained consciousness, his eyes filled with a terror he couldn't articulate. He spoke of a malevolent presence in the chamber, a force that had tried to consume him. The team listened in stunned silence, the gravity of their situation sinking in. They realized they were dealing with something far more sinister than they had anticipated, a darkness that defied explanation. Determined to leave the island, the group packed up their camp and made their way back to the shore. However, the island seemed to conspire against them, the forest closing in and the fog growing thicker. Strange sounds echoed through the trees, and the feeling of being watched grew more intense. Panic set in as they realized they were hopelessly lost, the island's dark power warping their sense of direction. Days turned into nights, and the group found themselves trapped in a nightmarish cycle of fear and desperation. One by one, they began to succumb to the island's malevolence, their minds unraveling under the relentless pressure. Evelyn clung to her sanity, determined to find a way out, but the island's grip was unyielding. She could hear the whispers growing louder, the melody now a constant presence in her mind. In a final, desperate bid for freedom, Evelyn and the remaining survivors stumbled upon an ancient ritual site deep within the forest. The site was marked by a circle of stones, each one inscribed with the same strange symbols that they had seen throughout the island. Evelyn realized that the symbols were part of a ritual to summon and bind the dark force that ruled the island. Desperate to break the cycle, she decided to complete the ritual in hopes of dispelling the darkness. As Evelyn began the ritual, the air grew thick with an otherworldly energy. The ground trembled, and the forest seemed to come alive, the trees swaying, and the wind howling. The dark force resisted, its presence growing more tangible, but Evelyn pressed on, her voice steady as she recited the ancient incantations. The glowing eyes appeared once more, filled with fury and desperation. With a final, powerful incantation, Evelyn completed the ritual. A blinding light enveloped the forest, and the dark force let out a deafening roar before dissipating into nothingness. The oppressive weight lifted, and the island seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. Exhausted but triumphant, Evelyn and the survivors made their way back to the shore, the fog now clearing to reveal their vessel waiting for them. As they sailed away from Blackwood Isle, the survivors looked back at the island, now bathed in sunlight. The dark presence had been banished, but the memory of their ordeal would haunt them forever. Evelyn knew that they had been fortunate to escape with their lives, but the cost had been high. The island's secrets remained, buried beneath the sands and stones, waiting for the next unwitting souls to uncover them. In the years that followed, Blackwood Isle became a place of legend, its dark history whispered among sailors and adventurers. Those who ventured near spoke of an eerie presence, a lingering reminder of the malevolent force that once ruled the island. And though the darkness had been dispelled, the island's aura of mystery and danger remained, a testament to the horrors that lay hidden in the world's forgotten corners. Evelyn, forever changed by her experience, returned to the mainland with a new purpose. She dedicated her life to studying the supernatural, determined to prevent others from falling prey to the same darkness that had nearly consumed her. Her tales of Blackwood Isle served as both a warning and a reminder of the thin veil that separates our world from the unknown. The story of Blackwood Isle, with its ancient rituals and dark forces, lived on as a chilling reminder of the horrors that lurk beyond the edges of our understanding. The island, once a place of fear and dread, now stood as a symbol of resilience and the enduring human spirit. And though the sea continued to whisper its secrets, the memory of those who had faced the darkness would never be forgotten.